Hi, this is Ken Okel. Welcome to this presentation, which we are calling the busy leader problem. You may be a very effective leader, but you may be getting a little too busy, and that may undermine your performance. So I want to give you some simple suggestions that you can use right away to improve your performance on the job. At the end, you'll also have an opportunity to download a free cheat sheet that summarizes some of the main topics that we're talking about today. When otherwise effective leaders get busy, little mistakes can start to happen. You can start to feel overwhelmed. Let me give you an example that happens in an elevator. I want you to imagine that you are by yourself in an elevator. The doors are starting to close on the elevator. You notice someone racing towards those doors, wanting to get on. The person has a big box in their hand. So they are very motivated to try to get on that elevator. They may be like, could you please hold it for me? You want to hold it for them. In that second, when you have time to react, you look over at the row of buttons. And even though you want to hit the one that says open the door, you can't find it. You see the pool deck, you see the conference deck, you cannot find where is the button that opens the doors. So in that moment, you don't do anything. You're overwhelmed by all the choices that you have. The doors close. The person with the box is unhappy. You're feeling a little embarrassed. That's how a lot of leaders feel when they get very busy and they start to get overwhelmed at work. Even simple tasks suddenly become harder. So what are some things that you can do? I want you to look at your schedule, and I want you to do some cutting, like we did here with this fruit. I want you to see where can you save some time that you can spend on other activities, especially more productive ones. Are there things that you're doing that are nice to do, but not necessary when it comes to the day-to-day operations? See if you can cut those away, remove them. Also, I want you to think about meetings, because meetings tend to take up a lot of time. And very often we set a meeting time that isn't necessarily based on the agenda, but on a separate time frame. For instance, a lot of meetings are an hour. Let's say you don't have an hour of material. Well, somehow the meeting then becomes an hour because people kind of stretch the time or shoot the breeze. So if you have a meeting that is running for, let's say, an hour, see if you can do it in 45 minutes. Talk to all the attendees and see if you can move a little faster, be a little more efficient. I think it may be doable. There, you just picked up 15 minutes. Now imagine if you could do that for all your meetings, make them more effective, more efficient. Suddenly, you're going to have a lot more time. I also encourage you to make sure that your schedule is not super packed, where every second is filled. I find if you have an open schedule, people will fill it with stuff. And all these tasks may be very important and very good. Problem is, you're going to be overwhelmed if you're having to race from one meeting to the next and you never have time to think or think about your big picture goals. So what I suggest is you do some cutting in your schedule. You carve out a little time every day, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour if it's possible. That's just your time, where you're able to catch up on work, you're able to perhaps think about some sort of innovation. You have some time that's protected that you can use how you best see fit. If you can limit distractions in your day, you will save a lot of time. Right now, we're not necessarily all working in offices, but that doesn't mean a call or a Zoom message or something else, a text message, doesn't reach you and interrupt you. And you're working really efficiently. Suddenly you have a little interruption. You have to answer that. You get back to the original task. You have to figure out where are you. You've lost some time. Maybe you were in a groove. You're not in that groove anymore. See if you can limit interruptions. It is okay to close the door. It is okay to not have your email notifications on for, let's say, 15 minutes, half hour. Give yourself some time when you can just focus on whatever task you're doing. If you're trying to multitask and respond to everything, you're not going to get as much done. So see if you can limit distractions as much as possible. Simple solution for some people, if they need to focus a little better, they just get some noise canceling headphones. You may be in an environment that is going to be noisy. Perhaps you're in the same place as your kids who are going to school. So you're going to have noise from that. That's going to happen. But if you can try to minimize it with some sort of artificial thing like noise canceling headphones, that can help your focus as well. I think this is very important right now. The ability to unplug from work. With a lot of people working from home, it's so easy to quickly jump online and check your email or, oh, I forgot to do this one thing. Oh, this will just take a second. Let me jump on. Avoid that as much as possible. Really try to have a structured day with a beginning, middle, and an end. Don't make it vague, where it could be 11 o'clock at night. Oh, I should log on real fast and do that. No. I mean, sometimes it may be life or death, but if it's not, it can wait. It can wait till the next day. Make sure that you're enjoying time away from your job. If you're constantly working, over time, your productivity is going to start to go down, and any benefit that you would get from putting in that extra time, that will be lost. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're giving yourself breaks at the end of the day. Get away from work. Sometimes the most creative ideas come to me when I'm not trying to think about them. I'm just doing something fun. Try it. As a leader, you may sometimes feel like you're on a quiz show and you're having to constantly give answers to questions. Employees are coming to you all the time, and these questions, they may be good. They may be worth asking, but should you be spending all day answering them? Because they can take a lot of time. Make sure that you're not just having to answer questions constantly. If someone brings an issue to you, you can always say to them, what do you think? Or, that's a good question. Could you go research some potential answers and then bring them back to me? It's very hard if you have to answer a question where you have to research a whole issue, formulate some strategies, and then select one of those strategies versus getting a menu of options and everything is quickly explained to you. That way you're able to focus that much more. Make sure you're using your staff. You're trusting them that they're going to bring you the right information that can help you make a good decision. Because if you spend all day answering questions, odds are your regular job may start to suffer. As I mentioned before, I have summarized these main points into this downloadable guide infographic. Very easy for you to get. There is a link that I am putting in right now. Follow that link. You can get the guide. If you're watching this later on YouTube or on my website, in those locations as well, I will put the download link. Simply click on it. You can download it. You don't have to give me your email address, sing a song. It's your gift. Use it well, because I know sometimes we all need a little tune-up, a little adjustment. When we're busy, sometimes bad habits start to happen. We want to make sure we stop them and stay focused. If you'd like to find out more about me, my name is Ken Okel. I'm a professional speaker. Today, I'm doing a shorter presentation. I do longer ones as well, in person and virtually. You want to find out more about me? Go to my website. Same as my name, kenokel.com. Shoot me an email at tvguy@kenokel.com. I worked for many years in television news, so when I'd be out and about, people wouldn't know my name, but they'd know I was on TV. So they would go, hey, TV guy, hence the email name. And of course, I welcome you to connect with me on LinkedIn. In your connection request, let me know how you became aware of me, for instance, through this session. That way I'll know where you're coming from, as well that you're not some sneaky person trying to sell me something that I may not need. I'm sure you've been there before. I know you're busy, but that doesn't mean you can't be effective, efficient, and avoid that feeling of being overwhelmed. I'm Ken Okel. Take care.